potentially landing on these already built ramps and moving up with them is a good play. You have this surface right there, though. Flob catching a player off guard, rotating in, and lasers one down. The teammate looked like a bush directly inside, still Drac.
Oh, did Drac land up top?
Like, yeah, all the way up top.
See, that's what I thought they were going to try to do. See, okay, so Drac did. You either floated on slowly, or I thought maybe you land up there and then build on in, take some of that zone damage, but then you get the high ground. If you're not getting an advantageous move on this, you're going to be a tough time. Look at this. See it right there on your screen. That's where we're headed next. These players know that. Flob and Drac, I like that they're making the move early here, going around the south side of this map. And that's, oh, it slides right on in.
Sage not paying attention.
That looks so clean.
All around from that compact SMG, taking him out of the game. However, his teammate, while Flob is making this move, Drac does get knocked, able to box him in.
There's just no way.
He's going to have to build against it and hope that the players up above, if pressure is applied to them, Flob and Drac will be okay. But at this point, it's Braxton sitting up there the right side of the screen with the floor edit there, just taking shots through, and Drac does get eliminated. Flob on the very edge. Maybe slide down and try and build yourself. I got to say, with a name like that, I don't know if you caught the drift there. But most of the time, I mean, it says Dubs, ESP, FN, TTV, HAC. Chances are it's a salty 15-year-old, but that's life sometimes out here in Fortnite Battle Royale, Jack.
Oh.
You get it now? I'll explain later after cast. Don't worry about it.
Thanks. So what should I call them? Just Dubs?
Yeah, let's go with that.
All right, cool. Love that.
His teammate Zombie down below, dropping in the redeploy. Looked like the last charge of the redeploy gets caught off guard by a shotty blast there. Architect just underneath. Multiple players trying to crawl their way into the zone from the outside as everyone is maintaining forward movement with this rotation.
Sugar Daddy Will. 2 elims so far, making 3.
1 HP down, potentially 1 HP goes down there to Sugar Daddy Will. Another elimination.
Another one now on the Zombie as they build back up. It's another elim that just came in as well. Now 7 eliminations. They're also top 5 in this game. Does he hit the pump shot? It does appear so. The spray comes in. Went down to 8 health, but gets a 50 HP on elim. And now the build out begins. Ailey's all the way up top. Envy Soul, 1 layer above. And then the duo is playing the low ground this game. Kind of a little bit more rare of a situation to see. Ailey's has to watch out for how high up he is. Expected to maybe drop down 1 level. As Kenshi also now at a 1 versus 2. I think Ailey's best chance here is to potentially get involved while the rest of these players are fighting.
Those Campfires going to come in clutch here, pushing himself back up to 100. It's not fast enough, though. A rocket from underneath drops him down, takes both Campfires out. Only 52 HP. Didn't get a whole ton out of it. Maybe enough to make a difference, but we'll have to see here in just a second. Will, Kenshi all the way down below. Envy Soul fighting his way in, getting shot from above and potentially battling below. Gets the shot on Will, which is a knock. That's 3 solos at this point. Kenshi goes down to 1v1. Ailey's with the top down on Envy Soul. Building out from underneath, looking for every opportunity to peek. Drops Ailey's down with the rocket, trying to bring him down to his height. Doesn't want to give him too much time up above. There we go. Falls in, and Ailey's goes down. Envy Soul with the shot there at the last second, and 4 eliminations and a victory royale.
Silenced sniper rifle in hand. Will Virtual take any shots? Doesn't appear so. It looks like they're going to make the call to move towards this zone right now as you're about to see the storm begin to close.
Rotating down through Dusty. An opportunity to maybe farm up some wood like you see on your screen, but I always feel like if I spend too much time in the bowl, down underneath, under the canopy of all the trees, it's such a difficult spot to play sometimes. You're building with trees inside potentially your boxes. If you're trying to ramp up out of it, you're going to run it into some of these branches. You can't go any higher until you knock the trees down.
Like they're doing right now.
But as soon as they do,
of being inside the divot itself, we never wanted to fight in there. As a quick shot comes in from Virtual. There you go. Cuts down the opponent right there. But yeah, the point I was getting at was like, yeah, it was like a ticking time bomb. You didn't want to spend too much time in there. That's Legacy. It's made it on down, going to start to build on out. And from here, with this many builds, you can freely tunnel unless there's someone right in front. And Jakeyman, unfortunately, finds the other end of his barrel of the shotgun. And look at the toys that they get to now play with. Heavy sniper rifle, legendary... heavy sniper rifle, yes, legendary assault rifle.
The only thing he's missing at this point is a trap inventory. That's something to write home about. It's sitting on nothing at this point. No spike traps, no poison traps, nothing to defend from potentially. If they do establish high ground, you want to have at least a set of accessories to put down on the ground in case somebody tries to drop in. You saw Rage Annex tried to go for the trap play there, getting caught off guard by Legacy and does not get it.
Didn't get to place that final wall, so Legacy was not trapped in the box. They're getting to the later part of their matches now where they're realizing, hey, we're down by, let's say, 30 points, 40 points. If we're going to have any chance of getting this top spot, which is what everyone's really playing for, we've got to not only win, but we've got to pop off with the limbs. And that's what Legacy's doing right now, putting on a show in this late game.
4 eliminations. You do see the middle right side of your screen there. Top 15 gets you 3 points. If you make it to top 10, you get 5 points total for placement. If you make it to top 5 duos remaining, you get 7 points. And if you get that Victory Royale, that is where the 10 points comes in.
Oh gosh,
on top of that, every Elim is a single point, and now's the time. Legacy going for another elimination, having to wall himself off from any explosive potentially dropping from above. Guap is down there. Legacy's duo, Baby Cakes, gets eliminated, and we have 8 players with 7 total teams, which means there's only 1 duo remaining.
And they're on the mid ground right now. Virtual and Bronana. Currently just sitting just above the tree line. Professor Guap on the low ground right now, still with a ton of builds to their name. You see Virtual on the top right of your screen, only with 10 total builds. Unfortunately for Virtual, teammate Bronana does go down, and now it's going to be all solos, it looks like, left in this game.
Has a bit off guard, the shot. Trying to rotate in, Guap looking for another one, and does get it. Legacy goes down as well. 4 players, 3 teams total, which means there's still that 1 duo in there.
Yep.
And they're pushing their way down. Vito goes down to 1v1, Jack.
Virtual versus Professor Guap. Professor Guap trying to muscle on through these metal builds. And it looks like Professor Guap wants to contend for this high ground right now. Trying to build on up. Virtual doing a good job of at least blocking out that area for the moment. Hits it with a cone, just continuing to blanket out the ceiling. But here's the thing. Only 8 builds left. On the other hand, you've got Professor Guap with more than enough to build battle this fight on up. But the question is, does Professor Guap realize how little builds remain for Virtual? There's no real way of knowing from their side. Shots and damage being traded. Professor Guap now having to push on up. The spin whiffs the pump that he needed. Another challenge comes on through. There it finally is for Professor Guap. You know, right there, his heart probably sank when he missed that first pump shot when he had the clean chance.
I'd like to imagine that these players, which Hazel and Mikey is the best, which that's his name, is Mikey is the best, self-proclaimed best. Like right there, wait for an opportunity, someone's exposed, jumping up and down on top of the gas station. The knock does occur, and that elimination is finished. Oh. Boo also exposed on top of the gas station. Not a very player-friendly location, it seems. Menace gets knocked. Witch Hazel literally sitting in this window, repeatedly lasering players. 3 elims now. All 3 of those knocks got finished.
And remember, this is helping move them towards the top 15 for placement. So I literally mentioned this is their best chance to go for elims right now because they're already set up. They recognize that as well. The sign of a great, literally anyone can make the next big play is one of the most challenging things in all of competitive gaming.
Oh my gosh.
Did that rocket connect?
It looked like the rebuild happened at just barely the last second with an SMG as the spray weapon to knock.
Well, he's on white health, yeah. I think the reason why they tunnel visioned that spray so hard was because it connected on through with the rocket. They get the knock. Now they'll move. They know they have 1 more elimination coming on in. There it is. Mo1K does drop. 2 eliminations now for this duo as they're just going to float on towards the zone. Congratulations. They made it to the top 15.
Placement points for everybody that's still left alive here. Only a few ballers left at this point. Too fast, but that backside might have been exposed if somebody was behind them. We'll see here in a second. They did. 1 surface is in the way. Oh, and it's, oh my gosh, the window edit.
In these late games, I wonder what sigh of relief these players have when they get an elimination like that, right? Like, that was what, 60 damage in total that they wound up hitting that player with, and they get an elimination. They're just going to float, float, float. They're avoiding having to build up this small little mountain. As again, you see everyone spamming on up. Senpai now challenging for the high ground. 90s being built. Vame recognizing that he's being challenged for this high ground, just building all the way on up. This is to Jadu and Dogson, who just landed from this rift. Now stuck in the zone, trying to edit through this wall. It was a little bit awkward because I think they were both trying to push through the same wall at that moment. Dogson having to stop and pop minis right now. Can't exactly tell if they've got ultimate high ground. They do not. It's Vame. Even higher up, spraying on down at everyone just below. Ronan, Tristan, The duo still staying alive, but not too healthy at the moment. But as I say that, they get a knock on one, and they can potentially clean up the second.
10 players left. No rocket ammo, so that grenade launcher just taking up a spot in Tristan's inventory would be huge for late game, potentially, depending on the position of this circle. Player drops down and slides down the waterfall. Had that floor caught him, Tristan would have been in a tough spot. Dogson sitting on 9 rockets, 45 builds. Tristan all the way in the bottom. 136 gets the knock. Can Tristan flip this? A 1v1 now, only 38 HP. Goes for the shot, gets shield tags. 6 HP. Tristan can clutch up the last second here and looks for the shot, and he hits the wood and pays the price. And until right now, there was an opportunity there, maybe for a couple hits. Maybe his teammate could hold the turbo build. The trap from the back.
Oh my gosh.
Iota goes down and they laser that burst trap down.
I'm thinking that he had to have accidentally gotten on that drift for it. Oh, they landed on the high ground. I love that decision. They float into the zone, take a little bit of damage, land on the high ground, but it looks like others have the same idea as well. And oh my God!
Zip line taking all that structure out, Jack.
Zip line right through everything, saying, hey, that's cute, and just decimates like 15 walls instantly. Summer now with the spray with this epic assault rifle. Pump shotgun in the back pocket as well. Sloth drops to the zone. Look at everyone trying to just go up this vertical angle. So awkward. Akai at the bottom does get cut down. Bamboozle building with Blaze right below.
A little overzealous. The launch pad is going to give him an opportunity to move. Again, another set of launch pads gets knocked down. Caught inside a box with Gratrix and does get the knock. Summer, the elimination, puts him at 6 total for this duo. Sakairos in the feed gets an Elim on Froze. Everyone making moves at this point, trying to bunker down. Those, for anybody that does not realize, those turrets go down when they need to bolster the HP of whatever surface they're built on. If you just have wood or you're on wood when you place those down, they take quite a bit more to shoot down instead of just a wood floor or even a double layer. So there is a use even during movement.
Swing and elimination in their favor. There goes one, and that's exactly why Blake pumps out a ton of damage. Unfortunately, not actually able to confirm that elimination. Still the builds coming in. 2 total builds left. Gonna have to drop on down, make a hero play. There's the knock on the Summer. The shot onto the teammate as well. Blake's given himself a chance. Blake has given himself a chance. Removes one of the final couple duos in this game. Blake playing the low ground. The player nearest by him actually very, very weak. Will Blake be able to challenge us in time? Crodot and Crunch on the high ground. You think they've got to be the heavy favorites to win this game?
A top-down view on pretty much everybody else, but Blake is not going down just yet. Stuck in a box with Heiser there. Quite a bit of damage shared between the two of them, and hopefully does not get caught from the side. So quite a bit there. Basically one shot at this point. If Blake gets caught off guard, that's going to be it. And he does feed some HP. Looks like the Heiser inside the box. Crodot and Crunch on the outside take out Heiser. A 2v1 inside the box, and that's the end.
The bow and
slow-mo. The boom shot. Sharky and his duo, Fartman 231-283-113. Hey,
not to be confused with Fartman 231-283-112. They had a falling out a couple of years back. Sharky with their first pair of elims this game.
At certain moments, there are so many things happening that you have to start spinning like a top and looking around you for any kind of any rotation, any movement from the trap on the wall. Goodness. Braxton catches a fly there on the move.
And with the zone at his back, knows he's got to continue to push forward seamlessly. Cone on the top to trap the player in. The walls on each side, the trap doing the instant 150 damage. That was one of the cleanest trap maneuvers I've seen all weekend. That was the cleanest trap maneuver I've seen all weekend.
I see the right side of your screen. We've reminded you in the past, got to make sure you know exactly what's happening in terms of scoring. We have 15 duos left in this game, which means every single team in here has picked up 3 more points. Everybody that makes it to the top 10 duos remaining gets another 2 on top of that, which puts it about 5 placement.
There's, 5 ballers still on the ground. Destroyer staying alive, the lone player on that ultimate low ground right now without having one of those vehicles.
So the Rift, bottom left corner, picks a bunch of players up. The players literally running at the Rift, avoiding shooting.
Look at all the ballers up behind. Dubs up top with Zombie. Destroyer off that Rift, plays the high ground, and now Trev frags, goes down. And it looks like that could be coming soon. 9 players left. Down to the low ground we go.
6 elims, 7 elims for Ty Tanks and Thomas. The very bottom of the map right now, just playing above the lava. Want to take any damage. They do catch Bebop on the way down. Put him inside a little box and take him out of the game. 8 eliminations. 4 duos left. Dropping in, trying to get the materials. It looks like Thomas's duo gets caught in the lava. Quite a bit of single point damage outside in the storm down. You're going to have to build and catch themselves. You don't want to touch that for too long because it does push you around.
That's the bigger threat of all. Not the little one tick it does.
One tick is fine.
Yeah.
Spending any second in the storm is tough.
Dubs on the high ground with Zombie. Juckman on mid ground with his duo. And then you've obviously got Ty all the way down low. The zone slowly closing in. Someone just pop a rift?
That sound like, oh yeah. Somebody's all the way up top above. Ty get a layer on the floor waiting. As soon as he is at a point where storm damage...
Is it everybody? Oh, it pulled everybody. Ty is going to spray up. Ty trying to spray on up right now. I don't think Ty realized until it was too late.
If he finishes that, he'll get the 50. He does. The storm might claim everybody else.
Did Ty Tanks just
win this game? It's going to be a 1v1.
Ty Tanks just wins the game.
That rift took every other player with him and gave him the opportunity to look up and left-click his way to victory. 11 eliminations.
8 total limbs.
He just walked onto a stack of something.
And did just get those materials from the ground.
Lock goes down. 3 shots for TG there. He's catching players on rotation.
Needs this help so bad. Needs this help to pop in so bad.
Oh, he's going to catch that left side. Be very careful. The outside gets a 55 shield. Catches it with a ramp.
Oh, no.
The ramp might punish him. And
the health comes in.
My God.
Typical Gamer is not dead yet. The HP comes in from the knock earlier on and saves Typical Gamer on the last tick. Another elimination. That one on to Girl. TG still in this game. Materials now earned as well. The player's getting rezzed because the zone moved straight back the same way. I do not believe Typical Gamer does not get the elimination right there because of how the zone just moved. Heartbreaking in these final zones, but hey.
But he's still in this. It's not done yet. TG moving forward, trying to carry this duo to a victory.
No, and they come back and bite him.
Player he got a knock on earlier makes him pay the price. Look at how high up, though.
Yep.
AZ and Dominator dropping their way down now, but they can step forward, catches AZN off guard. The shot, France gets the elimination. 144 total now. Gosh, still on 0 elims. Goes down there, full HP. He is fighting somebody as his duo, France, is kind of bunkering up above. Gets the shot, and Keo gets caught off guard. 3 players to drop in, and Dominator, as France is descending from the sky, picks up.
Are in. The winner moving to New York City is Arkham and Falconer. Congratulations. And this one went down to the wire. Last few moments, it was insane. I thought Rux and Pika had it. I thought they were close. Kaizui and Cloud shot up as well. Aiden and Sean, they went down in the ranking and then shot back up. Just insanity across the board. But Sundown, I guess tell us a little bit about Arkham and Falconer. We've seen their names before in the competitions, but now the whole world's going to see them perform on the world stage.
Yeah, so I've talked about the Bloom Boys before. It's where Riverson ended up coming from. Persecute as well was one of those players. It was kind of a team of, I call them like either homeless or orphanage players, ones who don't necessarily have our group. Right, and they end up then banding together, forming their own thing, and kind of bringing each other up. And we've seen this before. I think No Clout was another early example of it, where players just kind of band together, start practicing, start working through their mechanics, and then all of a sudden they're rising up there. Falconer, a prime example of that, and Arkham, another one of the younger players, 15 years old, coming out, had previously been duoed with Conjurings, so him and Falconer just started playing together.
Arkham and Falconer, you add your name to this prestigious list of players that will be playing on the biggest stage esports, competitive Fortnite, whatever it may be, has ever seen. The stakes are high, but I have no doubt in my mind that all these players and the ones that will be joining them in the weeks ahead